Howdy y'all, it's Dell from OSKG. Fall is finally making its way slightly down south. We've had some lower temperatures, dip down below the 70s. So, for us down south, once it gets below 70, it's time for gumbos and soups and stews. And today we're making a recipe called swamp stew. Now, swamp stew can be made many different ways. It's totally one of those you do you recipes where you put in it what you want, but I'm going to give you the basis for what I put in it, and if there's something in it you don't like, substitute it with something else. So let's get to it. Okay, y'all, so the first thing our recipe calls for is a pound of sausage. Now, I've taken my andouille sausage and I've browned it off in a pan with some onions and some mushrooms just to give it more flavoring as it's going into the crock pot. This meal can be done in a pot on the stove, but I've got a lot going on today, so I just prefer to get it done in the crock pot while I'm taking care of everything else. Sorry, y'all are getting the view of the bottom of the pot. Our next ingredient in the recipe is 2 cans of 15-ounce cannellini beans. Now, this is where I said you do you. You don't like this kind of bean? Use black-eyed peas. Use whatever kind of beans you want. Then we've got 1 small can of rotel. And some recipes do not call for tomato in it, so you don't have to use it, but we, swear by rotel down south. 1 small can of corn. And the last thing going into it for now is 2 cans of seasoned mixed greens. Now, I love this Margaret Holmes. If we buy canned goods, this is the kind we buy. This brand is so seasoned, you don't even have to season it yourself. It is the best brand of canned products we've found. So I'm putting this in here. Looks like a lot, but it is going to cook down. And our last thing is chicken broth. Now, I've got, the recipe I saw calls for 2 18-ounce cans, or cartons, but I don't do the cartons. We have our Better Than Bouillon chicken broth, and that looks like that's going to be just enough right there to cover everything. So we're going to cook this on low for about 5 to 6 hours. Again, in the pot on the stove, you can have this done in an hour and a half, but I've got time while I'm doing everything else. So when the 5 hours or so gets up and it's almost ready, and I'm getting ready to throw a pan of cornbread in the oven, I'm going to show you the last 2 ingredients you need for this swamp stew. So let me put the lid on, get this cooking, and then we will be back when it's almost ready. See you then, y'all. Okay, y'all, so we're back and our soup is ready. I'm going to take the lid off to show you. Now, there were 2 steps that didn't get filmed in here. The last 2 steps. Poor Chuck tried to help me, bless his heart. Let me get my spoon. And he forgot to put the camera rolling when he did the last 2 steps for me, which was to add a bag of the frozen pre-cooked shrimp in here and to boil some pasta. Don't add the pasta to it, just keep it separate, or at the very last minute add it. We chose to keep ours out. So I've got pasta in my bowl. I'm now getting my swamp stew, putting it over the pasta. As you can see, and as you know with me, I made some cornbread. So, let's get this in here. I guess it might be better if I do this. Y'all know I'm a klutz. I'm going to spill this stuff. And as I said, there's a million recipes out there for a swamp stew. Make the ones that has the ingredients you want in it, or just follow this recipe that I made and put what you want and don't put what you don't want. But here's our swamp stew and our cornbread. It's really hot. Let's see, but I'm going to give you a taste. Let's get a shrimp on there. Oh, and a sausage too. It's going to be hot. Yes, it's hot still. But yeah, the flavors are good. And if you don't like mixed grains, you could add some spinach in here. But the spinach is what makes it swamp stew. These mixed grains, that's what a swamp kind of looks like. Green with just stuff in it, you know, but trying to get this done just for y'all. I mean, I'm only taking this really hot bite for y'all. Y'all, that's good. And once I cut into this cornbread, that's going to be even better. So I do hope y'all give this a try. Thanks for stopping by as always. Thanks for liking, sharing, subscribing, doing all those things to help us and our videos out. And we will talk at you on the next video. Bye, y'all.